Hello children, this video we can see the continuation of asexual reproduction. Spore formation. Okay, spore formation is also a mode of asexual reproduction which we can see normally in organisms such as Rhizophus. Okay, so Rhizophus is the fungi which will reproduce asexually through spore formation. Okay, so Rhizophus body, it is made up of thread-like structure called hyphae. The hyphae bear sporangia. So this is the structure of Rhizophus, and the Rhizophus body is made up of thread-like structure, and this is called hyphae, and the erect hyphae will bear a part called sporangia. Inside the sporangia, there will be a reproductive structure called spores. Okay, understood children? So Rhizophus, it is made up of thread-like structure called, its body is made up of thread-like structure called hyphae, and this hyphae, it will bear a sporangia. It consists of one part called sporangia. Here you can see the ball shaped structure as, so that is called sporangia. Inside the sporangia, there will be a reproductive structure called spores. These spores are asexually reproducing body which is having a thick protective wall. Okay, so these spores can reproduce asexually which has a protective wall, and these spores are produced during unfavorable condition and help the Rhizophus to protect from the unfavorable condition. Okay, when these spores fall on a suitable medium, each spores will form a new organism. Understood children? So spores are asexually reproducing bodies which have a protective wall which help the plant to tide over the unfavorable environmental condition, and when these spores fall on a suitable medium, each spores will develop into a new organism. Next method is vegetative propagation. What is meant by vegetative propagation? Method by which plants reproduce by their vegetative parts such as roots, stems and leaves. So you know what are the vegetative parts of the plant, isn't it children? So what are the vegetative parts of the plant? Roots, stems and leaves. Okay, so vegetative propagation means it is the method by which plants can reproduce by their vegetative parts such as roots, stem and leaves. Types of vegetative propagation. There are two types of vegetative propagation. They are natural vegetative propagation, artificial vegetative propagation. First one is natural vegetative propagation. So, natural vegetative propagation means naturally some vegetative parts of some plants can be reproduced into a new plant. Example, mint. Mint can reproduce naturally by roots. Okay, so root part of the mint develop into a new mint plant. Then leaf part of the plant such as sugarcane, bryophyllum can develop into a new plant. Then stem part of sugarcane, jasmine develop into a new plant. In bryophyllum, buds are produced in the notches along the leaf margin which fall on the soil and develop into a new plants. Here you can see the picture of this natural vegetative propagation. Here you can see the leaf of bryophyllum. I told that buds will be developed and the leaf margin, and which will raised into a new plant, isn't it? So here you can see in the picture, here you can see the vegetative propagation which take place by roots in sweet potato. Here we can see the vegetative propagation by stem in ginger. Okay, so the stem part of the ginger where the new plant will arise is called as rhizome. Okay, ginger is also called as rhizome. Then onion, in the onion this pulp part, okay, pulp part will be modified into leaf and develop into a new onion. Then potato has eyes and a small dot is there, as you can see, that is called as eyes of the potato, and from each eyes of the potato they can develop into a new plant. Now, importance of vegetative propagation. Plants can bear fruits and flowers earlier. Okay, so vegetative propagation can be if the plants reproduced by vegetative propagation can bear flowers and fruits earlier. Plants which have lost the ability to produce seeds also reproduced by vegetative propagation. All plants are genetically similar to the parent plant. Then by vegetative propagation we can obtain seedless varieties. Nowadays you can see seedless grapes, as so seedless varieties can be obtained by vegetative propagation. The property of vegetative propagation is used by horticulturists in order to develop certain methods like layering, grafting to grow many plants like sugarcane, roses or grapes. Now here you can see the artificial vegetative propagation. What is meant by artificial vegetative propagation? If it is done by the human being. Okay, so from the part of the old plant they can produce new plant which is done by humans, which is called as artificial vegetative propagation. This artificial vegetative propagation can be done by three methods. They are layering, cutting, grafting. What is meant by layering? In this method, a stem or a branch is bent to the ground. So here you can see the person is bending a stem or branch part of the plant to the ground. Yes, and a small part of the stem is buried in the soil, and so that roots develop there, they will grow into a new plant. Okay, so this is called layering. So in this method, stem or branch part of any plant will be bent to the ground and it will be covered or layered with the soil, and the roots will be developed there, which result in a new plant. Example for this method by which the plants can grow are grapes, climbing roses, jasmine, etc. Okay, these are some plants which can be grown by layering method. Now next one is cutting. In this method, a small part of the stem or leaf or root will be cut and planted in soil. This is called cutting. So this we can usually we can see this in our home as we used to do. As so we will cut small part of the stem or leaf or root part of the plant and will be planted in the soil. It develops roots and forms a new plant. Example for this method by which the plants can grow are rose, hibiscus, bougainvillea, etc. Okay, so these are some of the plants. Rose, hibiscus, bougainvillea can be grown by cutting method. Now next method is grafting. This method combines the desirable character of two variety of a plant. Okay, so in this method we will combine two varieties of plant. The stem of a plant is cut off and that its roots are still in the soil. This plant is called a stalk, and another stem will be cut from the another healthy plant which is named as zyon and is placed over the stalk. Okay, so stem of one plant will be cut, which root remained in the soil, and we are cutting the stem from another healthy plant, and just we are tying together both the plants, stalk and zyon. And if we provide the sand with water and minerals, the new plant will be developed. The resulting plant will be having the hardiness of the stalk plant and the desirable characters such as producing fruits or flowers of the sand. Okay, so this is the method. Okay, so one part, the stem part of one plant which still in the soil, it is attached with the stem cut from the another healthy plant, and it will be tied together the stalk, and when we are providing water and minerals, it will develop into a new variety of plant, okay, which is having the desirable characters. Okay, so this is one of the method. Okay, so what are the three methods of vegetative propagation, artificial vegetative propagation? Layering, cutting, grafting. Okay, so I hope that you all understood about the asexual mode of reproduction. If you have any doubt, you can ask children. Thank you.